Here we are. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Alfreton Town FC watch-along for this absolutely mega fixture away at Notts County here at Meadow Lane in the Emirates FA Cup first round proper. Cannot really understate the value of this tie. Alfreton looking to match their very impressive record of getting to the second round in the FA Cup as of last season. Obviously last year had a slightly more favourable first round tie at home to National League South side Worthing, and eventually setting up a tie against League 2 side Walsall. But this time, if you can still hear us over the
yeah, you'll be fine.
The loud music that's just come on, we apologise. A much more tall order, a trip, not a very big trip, but a trip nonetheless to Meadow Lane to take on League 2 high flyers Notts County, currently sitting in the automatic promotion places, and we're already seeing a sweep of red shirts and scarves filling up the away end. What an effort.
Yeah, brilliant effort. Over 1,000, and I think they've sold out the allocation more or less, so really good, and welcome everyone who has come in tonight. We've flown out the gates with the viewers. I don't think we've ever come out this strong on a watch along before. Welcome everyone. I hope you've all had a fantastic day. I know I've been looking forward to this all day, because this is a special night in the history of this football club. One of very few times we have made it to the second round, the first round proper of the FA Cup. Just over 10 times we've made it here now, and this is an opportunity for really a local fixture as well, a bit of a kind of not a proper rivalry, but definitely a bit of a derby, and an opportunity for Alfreton to beat their first ever Football League side. Never ever beaten a Football League side in a competitive match, so this is a chance to do something special tonight for Billy Heath and his side.
Yeah, I think, as you say, it would be some feat to get past this Notts County team, and the fans turned out in their numbers today. I mean, we saw Billy Heath's interview earlier in the week, and he gave us the pretty simple quote of as long as we believe we can win, anything can happen, because that's football. And as cliche as it is, it's also very true. There's a reason it's such a cliche. Football is football at the end of the day, and anything can happen as long as the side believe, as long as the fans, the players believe in themselves. We could be about to see a historic night in the history of this football club. And yeah, I think one thing that we'd like to point out just briefly, there was a hint last year obviously with the cup run at the time, which we thought would be something of a one-off, but we're looking to equal it this year. There was sort of the case of a few games beforehand in the league where results dropped off a little bit, performances weren't quite there, and there was kind of the idea that the players might have been focusing a little bit too much on the game ahead. But I think it's safe to say we've not seen that this time round ahead of this fixture against Notts County. Yes, there was that defeat at home to Spennymoor, a bizarre goal midweek in the league, but
There we are.
there we are.
Just give it a minute.
Yeah, we'll give it a little wait.
Excellent connection.
Should be all right. Wait until the buffering stops. There we go. Might have noticed a little drop out there in the stream, which hopefully won't happen again.
Yeah, easy fix. It just the internet just disconnected completely, but it's reconnected.
Yeah, we are back, hopefully for good.
Yeah, but just to lead on what you were saying, obviously that amazing run, especially we nearly went a whole year undefeated at home, which is a massive achievement as well. And we were always kind of riding that high of we are still unbeaten. We've not lost since the first game of the season, and I mean you can't go unbeaten so long and expect to never get beat. And that loss to Spennymoor I was never worried. I mean, it wasn't like a poor performance by any means. It was a freak goal from Spennymoor that got them over the line and broke that amazing home record we had. And I'm sure the boys will want to get a result here, ride that adrenaline into kind of the next couple of fixtures. We've got a couple of tricky away games coming up. But I was always really confident we were going to bounce back against Rushall. Just the way we were playing. Obviously, it was no hit as well to lose to Spennymoor after beating them just a couple weeks earlier in that final qualifying round of the FA Cup. So it was one of them, really disappointing to lose that, but they never really seemed flat because they had this tie to look forward to. That high was still there, the high that we talked about the lads riding, being unbeaten since day one. against Southport and just can't keep going and keep finding a way, last-minute equalisers, last-minute winners. I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic. They've always been riding that high. And then sometimes when you get beat, you lose that high, but this fixture, I feel, has kept the boys riding that. And, yeah, we're really, really looking forward to this now tonight.
Yeah, I think leading off of that, the win against Rushall stands out to me. Just such a performance that was necessary going into this game, because I think if you're coming into the back of this game off of 2 losses on the bounce, your mentality's probably not going to be quite as strong as it once was, but the way that they bounced back, and I think there were some really good elements of that game as well, that outside of the result, you know, Jed Abbey getting back amongst the goals, Jake Day scoring his first goal in the league, Lewis Salmon with his first goal since Boxing Day last year, just all things that kind of get that ball rolling a little bit more, get the momentum rolling once more. And there's no better time to do it really than ahead of this fixture. Obviously have had the just under 7-day break from that Saturday fixture. Notts County the same off the back of a 1-0 win at home here at Meadow Lane. They've got an impressive record here this season under newly appointed manager from last year, Stuart Maynard. He's got his side playing much better than they were towards the end of last year. Some notable changes, obviously, some notable omissions, we should say, in their line-up through injury. Most notably, David McGoldrick not named in the squad, who'd certainly be a player that the Ofton back line would be worried about, I think, but
yeah,
we've seen some changes instead, probably with rotation and fitness in mind, but we saw Stuart Maynard say during the week that Notts County are going to be as strong as they possibly can be. Obviously that's up for interpretation as what that means with injuries and availability, but I think it essentially means that he's taking this game as seriously as any, which is understandable, and we're going to be looking to get over that, thankfully.
Yeah, just want to mention before we read out the teams as they walk out, there is no David Moyo for Alfreton in the squad today. I'm assuming he's still nursing some kind of injury or illness. That's kind of been the case with him for the past kind of month, really. He's had an illness, he's had a knock here or there, so we're assuming that's what the case is today, but yet no David in the squad.
Yeah, he was one of those players that came off away at Rushall on Saturday. Initially, though, didn't look like he was one of the players that was nursing a knock or an injury. You saw Claxton withdrawn and Waldock as well, and there was sort of a hint of, you know, there'd be a doubt for today, but those two have made it into the squad. David Moyo, unfortunately, not as lucky. He misses out, which kind of explains the spare slot on the 9-man bench for the Reds today. Edge ever closer to kick-off.
Yeah,
about 5 minutes to go.
Sfeel says there's only 7 minutes left, and I'm so excited. Sfeel, I've been excited since there were 7 hours left. I've been buzzing for this all day. This has been a massive, massive game, and I think that is really, really portrayed by the fact that there are over 1,000 Alfreton fans in that away end. I mean, that is well over double what we would get at a home game, so this is really, really shows how big of a game it is, especially on a Friday night. So we're excited, you're excited, I'm sure the county fans are excited as well, and this is a big night for the football club, definitely, and we're looking forward to getting into it, you know, hopefully getting through. I mean, I just want to look back and talk about last year when we got to the second round and we played Walsall, again a Football League side where we were up against it, but there was always that feeling. I mean, I know in the replay we got knocked out 1-0, but that initial fixture when we were meant to play it and it got called off for the frosted over pitch, I mean, there was just a sense, wasn't there, around the impact that we could go and win this game today. There was just that feeling we were playing so well, and I really, really believe we would have beat Walsall if we'd have played them on that day. Unfortunately, that never came. Really unlucky as well not to get through the initial fixture when we played on the Tuesday night. Dwayne Wiley having a bullet header clawed off the line by the reserve goalkeeper for Walsall at the time as well. Not to mention they were in really, really poor form in the league at that time. Yeah. I mean, they were calling for their manager's head. I mean, that was one where you had that feeling, and I think, yeah, we've got that feeling again. We've got it back almost a year later. We're ready to do it again. We're up against it again, but when Alfreton's back are against the wall, that's when they fight the hardest. So as the players line up in the tunnel, we're really, really ready for this.
We are. We can see it here on the big screen of the Hayden Green family stand. The players are in the tunnel and will be taking to the field ever so shortly. The sprinklers stay on, which indicates there's a few minutes to go just yet.
Yeah, 40 people concurrent in here before we kick off. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And here come the sides. Notts County in their familiar black and white, Alfreton in their usual home red strip. We'll run you through the teams. We'll lead with the Reds line-up tonight. Changed from the Saturday, obviously, as you mentioned, David Moyo missing out in the squad, but we will lead you through. Number 1, between the sticks, George Willis. Number 2 and 23, Josh Claxton and Nathan Newell, the full-backs. Captain Dwayne Wiley and Max Hunt, the centre-halves. Adam Lund, George Cantrell and Liam Waldock make up the midfield 3. Billy Whitehouse and Jed Abbey provide the width. Jake Day up through the middle in that target forward role. On the bench, backup goalkeeper Jake Askew. Number 5, Adam Anson. Number 11, Lewis Salmon. Number 12, Harry Perrett. Number 15, Ahmed Salam. Number 17, Jamie Watson, and number 18, Tom Hinton, 2 youngsters making it into the matchday squad today, and number 22, Billy Fewster.
Yeah, and for our host, the Pies, number 1, Alex Bass lines up in goal. 2, Kellen Gordon. 4, Jacob Boo. 5, Matty Platt. 6, Jack Hinchy. 12, Lucas Ness. 14, Giovanni Brown. 18, and captain Matt Palmer. 19 is Josh Martin. 23, Alessandro Yatta. 33, George Abbott. And on the benches, 21 and backup goalkeeper Sam Slacombe. 3, Rod McDonald. 24, Robbie Cundy. 28, Lewis Macari. 40, Riley Reynolds. 44, Madhu Cisse. 45, Daniel Adefe. 46, Charlie Gill. And 49, Cameron Muir. And Quinton asking, what's the score? You're going in timeout, son. I'm putting you in timeout. We won't be putting up with any of that today.
Well, there we go. We'll run you through the teams. Notts County forming a team huddle. Alfreton separated and ready to kick things off here. As the stadium announcer asks the same question, are they ready?
We are ready.
Best believe we are. Yeah. I think we're going to be seeing a real clash of footballing styles today as well. Just something I want to note before we get into the game.
Yeah.
Notts County, over the past few seasons, under Luke Williams and now continually under Maynard, very, very known for this possession style, keeping the ball, dominating the possession statistic at the end of every game, having the lion's share of the ball on the field, and then tiring teams out, breaking them down eventually. With those crucial sort of players that they've got, like Jody Jones, David McGoldrick, who are missing tonight, whereas Alfreton, I think it's safe to say, known for a much more direct style. As the lights go off in the main stand,
They've put us in darkness.
They've put us in the darkness. We'll see what that looks like on the stream in a second. With the 2 teams lined up, Alfreton ready to kick things off, shooting towards the Kop in this first half. Away from the visiting supporters, Jed Abbey standing over the kick-off. Lights now going off around the rest of the ground, and some fireworks going off in the background, providing some light and noise.
Wow.
I think the referee puts his whistle to his lips, and we are underway here at Meadow Lane. Alfreton Town immediately looking for the direct approach down the left-hand side. Max Hunt towards Jake Day, who brings it down on his chest. He's got time to shoot here, and he does
Jake
immediately.
Day. Oh.
And it's an early shot
Imagine.
for the number 9, Jake Day. Alex Bass keeping his hands on that ball eventually, but promising start about 10 seconds into the game for the Reds.
Yeah, fantastic chest control from Jake Day, and he just sees the goal and he thinks, let's test the keeper early, and smacks a powerful shot, stings the gloves of Alex Bass, and that is a really, really good start. You can't ask for much more than that, than a shot on target within the first 15 seconds of the match.
I mean, it's quite surprising that he had that much time on the ball immediately off the kick-off. It's that sort of routine that you see so often dealt with, but on that occasion, Jake Day having the time to bring it down on his chest, and even then let the ball bounce and have time to take the volley, test the goalkeeper in the early stages. Certainly something that you want to get out of the way as the visiting side, and that's as positive as a start can really be outside of getting on the score sheet in the first 15 seconds. But Notts since that early side to have had the ball at the back.
Yeah, kicking from left to right, it's worth mentioning, towards the family stand.
Notts County eventually going along towards Jatta. He's challenged by Wiley. Drops in the middle of the park for the captain, Matty Palmer. Notts now bringing it forward down the left-hand side, but happy to keep possession, not force the pass. And I think this is going to be a theme that we see tonight. Alfreton happy to keep the shape, let Notts County keep the football, but as long as they don't advance into those forward areas, that's what Billy Heath's side are going to look to do, as Notts carrying the ball into the Alfreton half now. It's Hinchy. Goes inside to Abbott, who's driving forward now. Matty Palmer on the edge of the box, looks to get a shot away, blocked by Cantrell initially, still with Palmer though. Looks to slip in Josh Martin on the left-hand side. Shot comes in with his right foot. Jed Abbey closing him down. Good defensive work from the winger, who shepherds him out towards the corner flag. Back with Palmer though. Good defending in the early stages from the Reds.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing here is the tactical prowess of a full-time Football League club. They just seem to be finding spaces where Alfreton aren't moving from left to right as Notts County drive forward once again.
Ball now on the edge of the box. Shot comes in from the edge from Palmer, and it's just wide of the post. George Willis forced into the dive. But thankfully for the man in blue, it sails just wide of the woodwork. Alfreton will have a goal kick, but again an early shot from the host this time. Matty Palmer finding himself in some space on the edge of the box, letting himself take a touch, get it onto his right foot and trying to find the far corner.
But yeah, that's what I mean. You see the expansiveness of Notts County and the way they're kind of stretching Alfreton. And Jed Abbey is, you know, pretty much in a right back there, and they're still finding gaps inside. So that is what you've got to watch out for when you play these big sides. Chris couldn't find a live stream, and he's watching us. Well, why would you want to watch a live stream when you could watch us, Chris? We're the best. Salvatore says he can't find a live stream. That's correct. I don't believe this game has been live streamed anywhere. I mean, it's been recorded for an extended highlights, I believe, but yeah, there is no live stream of the match anywhere.
You might catch some action at half time in the Tamworth Huddersfield game, because I believe that's what the extended coverage is for. So what that means that if there is a goal in this first half, you will see that on the coverage of the Tamworth Huddersfield game. Notts County though winning the ball back from that Alfreton goal kick. Palmer looking to go direct towards Giovanni Brown, but that's going to run all the way through to Willis. We'll give his time a breather. Let Alfreton resume their positions. Nathan Yule dragging out the space on this left-hand side.
George Willis is going to take as much time as he possibly can here.
I was going to say Claxton finding some space for himself on the right-hand side, the former Notts County man. Pressured by Abbott and forced down the line. Abbey was looking to get onto that one, but Jacob Badeau making the interception, now allowing Josh Martin to drive forward.
Yeah, just surging through the middle there, Martin, and
Jatta now inside the area, looks to get a shot on his left foot, but his pass out wide. Back to Martin was short.
Yeah, Notts County control in the early stages of this game. That really promising start, the long ball, chest and shot from Jake Day, but it's been all County since.
Magpies keeping the ball 30 yards from goal. Matty Palmer happy to sit on it as he goes out wide to Abbott. With Hinchy now in the middle. Notts ever so slightly advancing. Martin into Palmer. Hinchy. Badeau now tries the pass through on his left foot towards Palmer. Inside the area, goes for the back heel, but Liam Waldock there to pick up the pieces and play it up towards Jake Day. Pressured by Matty Platt. He looks to lay it back for Claxton, but George Abbott made the interception. Couldn't quite keep it under control though, and out it goes for a Reds throw.
Yeah, Clacky just going to launch this as far down the line as he possibly can. I mean, Alfreton really under the caution. I don't think that's to surprise anyone, but they need to have spells in this game. They need to get those 10-15 minute spells where they can kind of put County under some pressure. I mean, it's going to be difficult and it's easier said than done, but they cannot absorb pressure for 90 minutes and expect to come out this game with a result. They've got to show a bit of imagination and a bit of class at times.
Well, that Reds throw was intercepted and the ball's been shifted over towards Kellen Gordon on the right-hand side now, who goes for a shot outside the area as the right wing-back driving forward after receiving the ball from the midfield, but his shot over the bar, nothing for Willis to worry about.
Yeah,
just for a goal kick.
Having so much space really to maraud into that kind of right-hand half space towards the main stand, that side of the pitch, and he just has so much time and he queues up a shot, and probably not his speciality as a wing back, but it's not unbelievably far away. I mean, it doesn't trouble Willis at all, but Alfreton need to be careful of that. You can't let players drive forward and get in and around the area and crack shocks away uncontested.
Willis's goal kick sent long towards Day, but Bordeaux will win the initial header. Brown with the flick on, Wiley looking to send it back forwards. Knox now with the ball on the floor at the back, and they'll look to keep it that way. Alex Bass acting as a sort of extra centre half there to play it for Bordeaux, who drives forward now from the left. Over towards the Jimmy Cyril stand, he goes out wide to Josh Martin. Up against Josh Claxton. Looks to find Abbott on the through ball. He gets past Waldock into the area now, but Liam Waldock with a recovery challenge, and it bounces back off the leg of George Abbott and out for a Reds goal kick.
Yeah, I think
good recovery from Liam Waldock in the end.
Yeah, the boys will be relieved to see that given as a goal kick. I mean, I know we're not close to it, but I initially thought it was a corner, and you think
it looked that way.
Yeah, you don't want these teams, these full-time teams, Football League teams, putting balls into the box.
Well, Willis goes short this time with his goal kick as Claxton made himself available. He goes for the diagonal cross over towards Jake Day, but Notts County winning the first ball, but the ball now with Wiley, tries to find Newell, pressured by Jatta. Hooked back up into the air. Adam Lund trying to get it under control, and it bounces awkwardly up into the arm of the midfielder. Notts County earn themselves a free kick just inside their own half.
Really unlucky there for Adam Lund. Just the ball, he knew not about it, comes up and hits the bottom of his arm and just gives away possession when Alfreton would have had a chance to get out in the wide areas and attack the county box.
Giovanni Brown looking to play Gordon through on the right-hand side. His cross right in front of the grasp of George Willis. Nathan Newell put the pressure on him as he ventured into the 18-yard area, and it meant that his cross was insufficient. Willis able to claim that one with not too much bother.
Yeah, and I think these big breaks in play that Willis is forcing, where he's just kind of holding the ball, taking as much time as he possibly can, it's really good. It's breaking up County's play, it's breaking up the pressure, makes it less relentless.
His direct pass up towards Day is flicked on. Now with the feet of Waldock, he looks to play it to Abbey on the right-hand side. Up against Josh Martin as he ventures into the boxes. Low cross towards Jake Day. A Notts County defender getting something on that one just to divert it away from the feet of Jake Day. The Reds still in possession though. Whitehouse eyeing up a cross in his right foot up against Gordon. A few step overs. Cross comes in his right hand, his right foot towards Jed Abbey, whose header straight at Alex Bass. It's a positive spell of play for Alfreton. Billy Whitehouse up against Kellen Gordon. He's kind of thought about the cross in his right foot initially, checked back onto his left foot, chucked a few step overs in, and then gone back onto his right foot, which I don't think Gordon was expecting. And his cross was a good one to the back post, finding Abbey, but his header not quite able to get it past the grateful gloves of Alex Bass.
Yeah, really good work again. I really enjoy Billy Whitehouse's confidence there to kind of stand up his man. I mean, it would be really easy for a player, you know, at a non-league level to see a full-time Football League player and just kind of turn back and take the easy option, but I really like that he was imaginative there.
Notts County though with the ball at their feet, venturing into the Alfreton half through Badu again. Looking towards the back post cross for Jatta. Well, that one's going to run out for a goal kick. Bit too much on that one for the Gambian.
Yeah, I think another thing that was really good about that phase of play from Alfreton was the fact that, yeah, we've got the ball, we've won the original header, we've picked up the second ball, a ball's gone out, we've given the ball away, but we've not let County out easy, we've kept that pressure on, and that's what I'm talking about when we've got to get spells. We have to have spells where we keep them under pressure for a couple of minutes to break up their play. And that was really good, keeping them under pressure, keeping them in their own box, getting another shot on target. It's looking really, really good. These are first opening 10 minutes for Alfreton.
Well, that's all it's taken, the first 10 minutes, for some of the home fans to be already displeased with some of George Willis's antics and the time that he's taken on his goal kicks. But as you've just mentioned, that breaking of the momentum is working for Alfreton. Billy Whitehouse brings down Kellen Gordon as he looks to break forward and gets himself an early yellow card for his first foul.
Yeah, it's a cynical foul. It's his first foul, but it's a cynical foul. It's, I think, who was it? Gordon was coming up this right-hand side towards the main stand, and he's kind of took the ball away from Whitehouse, but I don't think it's the worst foul in the world. I mean, it's very early to make that kind of challenge, but it stops County breaking quickly, gives Alfreton the chance to get set up and take their shape inside their own half.
I think it's one of those where some referees will give you a yellow card for that, even if it's your first foul. Some of them won't, but Scott Simpson, in this instance, electing to book the wide man. The three-man press from Alfreton there.
Yeah, Jake Day giving away the free kick.
A little too handsy for the referee to let that one run. As Notts County take the free kick quickly. Platt plays it to Bideau. Got Josh Martin on his left in support. Goes to Abbott, though. Little 1-2 between the pair of them. Abbott's pass intercepted by Waldock, and Claxton just hooks it round the corner out for a Notts throw. I think he wanted to go slightly more direct than that, but didn't really want to take the risk of turning initially. This Notts throw does go short into the feet of Brown, but dispossessed by Max Hunt. His clearance runs all the way through to Bass. Unfortunately, there is not any way you can get a live stream of this game. Unfortunately, we're the best that you're going to get, I'm afraid.
Yeah, there's it's not being live streamed anywhere. The footage is being used for highlights, basically.
It's Giovanni Brown on the ball for Notts County, trying to find Abbott. Dispossessed by Liam Waldock initially, and Billy Whitehouse looking to break forward. He's got Nathan Newell making the overlapping run, and he is eventually fouled by Giovanni Brown. The referee pulls it back for that set piece. And a chance for Alfreton to go long, you'd imagine. Two
hands on the back, Whitehouse doing well just to hold on to the ball for as long as possible. The longer he stays on his feet and keeps the ball at his feet, the more likely the referee's going to give that free kick. So really good work again from Alfreton. Just keeping on top of County, not making it easy in these early stages, and they're not absorbing too much pressure, making me feel slightly optimistic.
Nathan Newell takes this free kick. Jake Day and Adam Lund adopting the offside positions for the knockdown, but it's cleared away by the Magpies. Giovanni Brown flicks it over the head of George Cantrill and is dispossessed eventually, though. Some fans wanting a foul for that, but the referee not interested in any appeals. The ball goes back to Willis. He strides out to the right-hand side, plays the diagonal ball over to Day. Beats his man to the header, and it's down with his feet on the edge of the box. His shot, can it fall for Liam Waldock? It will! And Alfreton Town have a shock lead at Meadow Lane. Liam Waldock runs straight to the visiting supporters. What a goal that is. I mean, you can't really believe it. It's gone all the way up forwards to the number 9, Jake Day. He brings it down excellently, tries to get the shot away, and it's slightly scuffed and blocked as well. But Liam Waldock, the beneficiary of that ricochet, makes the run into the box and finds the back of the net. Alex Bass, far too close for him to do anything about it, and the Reds lead Notts County 1-0 here at Meadow Lane in the early stages.
There are flares going off in that away end, 1,000 of them, and that is what it means. That is an unbelievable feeling. A fantastic finish from Waldock, but it's Jake Day's work once again. The way he looks like he's going to go up for the header, and he just cushions it on his chest like a seasoned pro. He scuffs his shot, but it just falls into the path of Liam Waldock. In fact, we'll say that he meant it. We'll say Jake Day meant that.
It's a slightly.
It was a ball. It was a through ball. It was a scuffed shot, but it's fallen to Waldock, and he has buried it. Oh, that is honestly, I'm struggling to find the words, because that just means so much to take the lead here when, you know, it's been a positive start. I've just said I'm feeling slightly optimistic, and that happens.
You've teed it up.
That is such a memorable goal for Liam Waldock. He'll remember that for the rest of his footballing career. And I'm sure a lot of those players on the pitch will, no matter what the result is, taking the lead here at Meadow Lane with the odds stacked up against you. Fantastic as County get us back underway.
Yeah, I don't think you could ask for a better start. Liam Waldock just making that gambling run into the area, and the ball drops at his feet. The former Sheffield Wednesday man has been on absolute fire in this tournament so far, after scoring the winner to set up this tie in the fourth qualifying round against Spennymoor. And he's there. He's the one to slot it into the back of the net. Alfreton Town lead 1-0.
We look in. I'm just reading the things. Are we in the stadium? Yes, we are.
Oh my goodness! Notts County from absolutely nowhere, straight back into the game. Matty Platt driving the ball forwards, and his shot from outside the area must have taken a deflection off of a red shirt, because George Willis didn't look too interested in diving for that one, as if it were going to be running wide. But it's nestled in the bottom corner. And just as quickly as they went behind, Notts County back in the game, 1-1 to an equaliser. And that is an absolute dagger.
It really is. It really is. It's a shot from distance. I don't even think it takes a dissection. I don't even think it takes a deflection. It's just... I don't want to be too critical of George Willis in case it did take a deflection, but I think he's got to get there. I think he has to get something on it, and it almost just kind of trickles into the net from distance. It's not a powerful shot, and it's really disappointing to see it go in. I mean, the shot left his foot, and I never, ever thought that was going to hit the back of the net.
We didn't even call it. Liam Waldock, though, with possession in the high area, goes back to Max Hunt. Alfreton Town cannot let this dishearten them. They're still very much in this game. It's only been 16 minutes, and we've already got a hectic affair here at Meadow Lane. Flag goes up for offside on Jed Abbey, and those clouds of red smoke slowly dispersing.
Yeah,
kind
well,
of fitting of the current scenario.
Back to square one. I mean, I can't believe it. I cannot believe that. And the shot comes in. It comes in from distance, and it just never seems like it's going to end up in the back of the net. I mean, it is right in the corner, but it didn't have the power necessary, did it?
Yeah, Matty Platt, the man who just got Notts County back into this game, looking to find George Abbott with the run in behind, but Claxton's there to sweep up and pick up the pieces. Jake Day looking to win a throw, but he isn't so lucky. Goes the way of the Magpies. Yeah, Matty Platt now getting shouts to shoot when he has the ball in his own half. In the centre half there. Has scored a few goals for Notts County this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to discredit the strike. It's right in the corner, but I think Willis will watch that back and think he could have done a bit more with it. But we're back to square one. It's not the end of the world, and you know we know we're capable of creating chances against this Notts County side. We know we can score goals against this Notts County side. That's all been proven in the first 15 minutes. So we've just got to keep ticking away, not let that go to our heads in any way, and just keep working. Keep going, boys.
Notts County with possession inside the Alfreton half. Every player inside the half for the Reds. Matty Platt turning on it, pressured by Jake Day. Stays composed though as he tries to find the ball infield. George Cantrill made what looked like a strong challenge, one of those ones that's firm but fair, but the referee took an initial hesitation before blowing his whistle to give the free kick. No booking for Cantrill. Yeah,
I think it was the hesitation from Jake Day. He got up and he got on the ball, and he kind of looked at the referee like, is it not a free kick? All right, I'll go then. If he doesn't pause and he just plays in full flow and assumes it's not a free kick, I don't think the referee will give it, because I think that like kind of initial hesitation from Jake Day lets the referee know that he thinks it's a foul.
Yeah. Notts County coming forward down the left-hand side with George Abbott. His cross blocked by Max Hunt. Claxton hooking it down the line towards Day, but Bedeau wins the header. Palmer goes back to Bedeau. His pass finds Giovanni Brown just in the corner of the box. Bedeau again. Palmer goes infield to Hinchy. Lucas Ness caught in possession, and Jake Day wanted to break there, but Notts County win it back, and Kellen Gordon wins himself a free kick.
Yeah, clever play from Gordon. It's one of them ones where he knows he's not even going to be able to bring that ball down. It's come at him quite hard and in the air, and he just jumps up and waits for the contact to come from Newell so he can go down and get the free kick. I mean, it's always going to be a foul once Newell makes contact there, but it's one of them ones where he was never really going to do anything with the ball if Newell let him have it.
There we go, Notts County. The free kick about 35 yards from goal on our right-hand side, going towards the Hayden Green family stand. Giovanni Brown and Matt Palmer stood over the set piece. You'd imagine it would be the right foot of the captain, Palmer. Kellen Gordon providing himself as the option on the right-hand side. Palmer with one arm raised. Brown runs over it, Palmer takes. It's looped and out for a goal kick. Far too much on that for any Notts or Alfreton player to get on the end of it. And George Willis will take this goal kick. I think he's probably going to be disappointed with himself in the manner in which that goal went in for Notts County. You know, I think you'd imagine if it's if Matty Platt's cracked it from that far and it's flown into the top corner and there's nothing that he can do about it, you can't be too upset about it. But I think, as you mentioned, the way in which it went in, Willis kind of dropping to his knees as the shot bobbled on the line. I can't imagine he'll be too pleased.
Yeah, we'll keep chipping away.
Willis's goal kick was towards Day, but now with the feet of Giovanni Brown, the low knee. Little triangle in possession from County. It goes back to the feet of Bass. Matty Platt happy to just walk this ball forwards into the feet of Palmer. Now crossing the halfway line. Palmer gets it back from his left centre-back, Badeau. He lets that one run for Martin. Inside on his right foot towards Brown. George Cantrell stepping up to make the challenge, but it's still with Notts. Josh Martin. One-on-one with Josh Claxton. Checks back onto his right foot into the feet of Platt.
Coming just teasing about 20 yards away from the goal.
Josh Martin looking to find space on his right foot. Inside to Hinchy. Badeau now. Palmer again goes to Josh Martin. Does get a shot away on his right foot, but Willis claims that one. Alessandro Jatta not looking happy that that one wasn't delivered earlier.
Willis does really well to keep hold of it because there's a striker just waiting for that to fall into his path. He does well under the pressure to cup it into his chest and keep a tight grasp onto the ball.
Yeah, it's a save that he needed to make as well, just to get his confidence back up from that initial goal. His drop kick towards the head of Jake Day. It's back forward by Ness. Twice from the number 12. Waldock bringing it down though into Newell, who looks to go long towards Day, but he wasn't on the same wavelength. Bit of head tennis now in the midfield. Jatta, after not winning that header, is holding his elbow. Kellen Gordon unable to control it. Out for an Alfreton throw just in front of
Lundy time.
The visitors' dugout, and this will be, you'd like to think, the first opportunity for Adam Lund to demonstrate his cannon of a long throw.
We've got Tyler, who's Nathan Newell's #1 fan. Well, I'm his #1 hater, only because he used to play for Sunderland.
Well, Adam Lund warming up.
I'm sure he's very nice. He's a good footballer as well, but
Lundy warming up his javelin-esque throw, commanding some of the red players to get further forward. And there it will go towards Day. A bit too short for him to get there though. Back with the feet of Lundy though. Dispossessed by George Abbott. Tries to cut inside and wants a free kick, but he won't get it. Claxton back to Willis with his left foot. Sets up the diagonal crossfield pass. Quarterback-esque towards Jake Day, but he brings down Matty Platt, and the referee will award a free kick for that one, just ahead of the Notts County edge of the D.
yeah, just both hands from Day on Platt, and he's always going to go down there, isn't he? Get that free kick.
Notts County play around the Alfreton press. Badeau drives forward, and it's a theme that we're seeing now, the centre halves for Notts County. Any of the three of them are happy to just carry that ball forward, and Badeau still goes on into Brown. Tries to play it back to Badeau, but Jed Abbey making an interception out for a Notts throw. Ball now at the feet of Matt Palmer. Badeau thought about the cross. It's Josh Martin now. Infield to Hinchy. Goes back to Martin. Looking to break into the box, and there is that pass towards Giovanni Brown, but Liam Waldock tracking back defensively to put in a block. It will be a first corner of the evening. It will be to the way of the Magpies. Over on the far side from our perspective, in front of the away end. Looks like it's going to be an in-swinger. On the right foot of Palmer. Liam Waldock having to pick up 3 men. The corner will go directly into the area. It's away by Day. Only as far as Hinchy though, about 25 yards from goal. Josh Martin lining up a shot on his right foot again, which he manages to get away. This one off target, high wide. Nothing for Willis to worry about again.
Yeah, it's really, really sustained spell of pressure from Notts County as Alfreton just kind of soaking it up, trying to be disciplined, keep them just out of the box. And I mean, it's a bit of a trend that the Pies are striking multiple shots from outside the box and from distance, which is always better than obviously letting them walk into the box. But I think we need another spell. We need to break up the play a bit because it's becoming slightly relentless these last 10 minutes.
Oh, Willis's goal kick does go long towards the head of Day, who's flick on, finds Whitehouse, who tries to go one more towards Bulldog, but Bedeau intercepts. Gordon plays it long. Dwayne Wiley not letting Jutta have anything of that. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Willis. Ball sent long and diagonally towards Day. Brings it down with his chest. Thought about the shot, but tries to find Abbey out wide. It's a good interception from Josh Martin, who tracked back. Cantrell now finding Abbey inside the area. Lays it back to Adam Lund on the edge of the box, whose shot is high over the crossbar.
Yeah,
don't mind it though.
Yeah, it's a good idea from Lundy. I see what he's trying to do. He just doesn't get his body over the ball enough to keep the ball down. And as he strikes from maybe 20 yards, 22 yards from just outside the box, he just lifts it too high. And
Jake Day intercepting the short goal kick. Looked like it might be a shot away immediately, but the pressure averted slightly. Whitehouse rescuing it though. Nathan Newell looking for the deep cross on his left foot. Alex Bass doesn't claim it initially, but gets his hands on it. Fires that one into Matty Platt. And Jed Abbey picks the ball up again. Some frustration from the Notts County fans as they've given the ball away 2 times in quick succession from their goalkeeper. Claxton now looking to hook one into the box on his right foot. Whitehouse picking it up outside the area, but it's going to drop for Jatta. Looks to get Notts County away on the counter-attack. Max Hunt smashes that one off of him, but Dwayne Wiley thankfully there to sweep up and allow Willis to clear.
yeah, there's a little bit of a spell from Alfreton, which we said we needed to see, and we needed to see it soon. So hopefully we can keep that going as we get a chance for a signature Adam Lund long throw-in from the main stand side. Sorry.
No, you're right. Bit good work from Billy Whitehouse. He kind of had the ball fired into him unexpectedly. He's got the pressure of 2 Notts players, Gordon and Abbott, on his back. And I think he's done all that he can do in that situation, which is keep possession in the hands of his side, quite literally, and win a throw. So Adam Lund has a long run up here, which he will relish. The usual suspects loading up the box. Max Hunt, Jake Day, Dwayne Wiley. The throw goes in towards the 6-yard area, flicked on by Hunt towards the feet of Whitehouse. Can't quite get his shot away as he slipped. Cleared away by Notts County, back into the box by Lund, flicked on by Hunt. Bedeau with the clearance though to relieve any pressure. Nathan Newell, an improvised touch there to bring that one down. And he plays it safe, goes back to Willis. And he applauds his appreciation for that one. Max Hunt staying forward. And he will be searched for with this long ball. Platt with the header away though. Only as far as Claxton, former Magpie. Looks to hook it down the line towards Waldock, and it's an awkward one, but Alex Bass comes off of his line to claim.
Tina says, just saw the goal on Twitter, good assist, son. Definitely meant it, didn't it, Tina? It was
no-look pass.
A little no-look pass, you know, threw off everyone in the ground, even himself.
Notts County going short from the hands of their goalkeeper. Bass playing a 1-2 with Platt. They have given it away twice from this area, but this time much more routinely beating the initial press of Jake Day and Billy Whitehouse as Palmer plays it to Bedeau out on the sideline in front of the away end. Ball back with Platt though inside his own half. Ness forced to check back to his goalkeeper.
Whitehouse just inverting to help the press through the middle with Jake Day, so he's not getting caught in kind of running from side to side. That's what forces County back in the end.
Palmer though, the skipper, thought about clipping one over the top, but he goes to Josh Martin on the left-hand side. He's got Bedeau on the overlap, who he utilises. Cross comes in on the left foot from Bedeau. It's not a bad one. It's headed away by Newell at the back post. Kept alive by Hinchy though, and Gordon does keep it in play initially, but it will roll out for an Alfreton Town goal kick. And George Willis again will look to just break up the momentum, take his time with this one.
Yeah, it's getting good again. The optimism's coming back. I mean, not that the goal killed my optimism in any way, but there was that spell where the County were just on top for 10 minutes, constantly coming out of a goal, playing it around the box, trying the look from distance, and it felt like this is just going to be too much pressure to sustain. And then Alfreton have had a nice little spell over the last couple of minutes where they've had chances to put the County back line under pressure, so it's feeling a bit more positive again for the visitors.
Yeah, George Willis's goal kick was initially won by Jake Day, but Notts now with possession. Jatta hasn't seen much of the ball in the early stages here on the left-hand side, just on the edge of the box. Lays it back off for Martin, though, one-on-one with Abbey, who puts the foot in, and Jed Abbey dispossesses his man and forces the shot.
I think he just boots it off the County man, and
I was going to say that's directly in front of the
pole. Yeah, I could just say there's
I'll leave you to that one.
Abbey's just fired the ball off. I think it's Hinchy who's ventured forward. It just fires off and ricochets it up into the air and way over the bar, way away from the goal, but out for a goal kick nevertheless. And really good from Jed Abbey to intercept that, relieve that pressure once again. We talk about it, there's going to be a lot of relief of pressure, because when you play these sides where you're massively up against it, you've got to be able to absorb some pressure and basically try and get a break whenever you can.
Yeah, and I think that's what may become the theme of the rest of the game now. Obviously with the scores level, we're seeing Willis take his time on these goal kicks. Notts fans wanting a foul there for an alleged push from Wiley on Jatta, but the referee waving away any appeals. But yeah, sorry, as I was saying, the score's level. And I think that's just the thing. As long as the scores stay level, the longer Alfreton stay in the game, the higher the likelihood they can come out with a victory here at Meadow Lane. It's Willis looking to find Day. It's going to bounce through for Whitehouse, brings it down on his chest. Goes back to Adam Lund. Whitehouse again, up against Gordon. Chops back onto his left foot, his cross blocked by Gordon. Out for a throw, just about looked like it could have been a corner, but well, that's just as good as a...
I think there'll be a few County fans in the ground who will look at that and go, oh, thank God it's a throw-in, not a corner. Think again, because when Adam Lund gets a flat, long throw-in right across the face of goal, it is very, very dangerous.
We've seen the ones from this sort of zone scored from Farsley Celtic. At the start of last season, we saw a goal from this kind of range. Adam Lund's throw into the box. It's a good one. Flicked onto the near post by Hunt, and it bobbled around in the box for a little bit, but Jatta eventually got the clearance away. Adam Lund will let that one run for another throw. We're seeing, I think, Notts County aware of the threat from these set plays, because we're seeing nobody left forward for the Magpies. Every black and white shirt inside the box. Adam Lund's throw sent into the area, headed away by Platt. It's back with Lund though. Now at the feet of Newell, his cross on his left foot. Not the best, I think it might have taken a deflection, but Notts County clear. Claxton looking to send it back forward. Nathan Newell doing the same, looking for Day, but Platt there once again to get the ball clear. The centre of that kind of defence, the core, Matty Platt, has looked quite promising for the hosts so far. They did get that goal, slightly fortuitous, but outside of that, he's kind of been that guy that's there to sweep everything up for the home side.
He's having a fantastic night so far, isn't he?
Yeah, you can't really fault him for the goal either, I don't think.
No, he's had a crack, he's hit the target, and it's done the work. Whether we think it was an unbelievable strike or not, doesn't matter. It's hit the back of the net, counts the same.
Notts County looking to keep possession. Adam Lund puts in a firm challenge on George Abbott, and the referee deems that one too firm.
And you could hear the slap from up here, couldn't you, as he goes into it. Don't think there's necessarily too much wrong with it. He's gone to play the ball, but yeah, definitely a bit too much force used in that challenge from Adam Lund.
No malice involved, but just slightly too strong for the referee's liking. It's Badeau trying to slip a ball in behind for Brown as Claxton intercepts and prevents the corner. He slides to keep that one in play, out for a throw. Notts County line up the throw, taken quickly. Back to Platt. Palmer now in possession, calls for a shot. Goes out wide to Gordon though on this far right hand side. Edging closer towards the box, his cross beats Newell. In towards Jatta, headed away by Hunt initially, but Badeau smartly lays it off. Palmer maintains possession, it's back with Platt.
G to shoot once again.
Josh Martin finds Badeau inside the box, left-footed cross, blocked by Hunt and away. Only as far as Giovanni Brown though. His left-footed cross towards the back post. George Willis happy to leave that one. hits the roof of the net and out for a goal kick. Another little bit of pressure from the home side that Alfreton have been looking to avoid, and they've not done a bad job of it really since the goal and that kind of 5-minute passage of play. There's not been too much pressure on the on George Willis's net.
Yeah, I think it's massively important. I mean, we have that spell where we get the 2 long throw-ins, a couple balls into the box, and they've got a lot to think about in that. They've got to get everyone back to be able to deal with that threat, and it just kind of says, yeah, we're here as well, and we're going to knock on your door too. And when it goes into that shape where you've got to be disciplined and you've got to, you know, absorb the pressure, it's not as exhausting because you've had those breaks.
George Willis's goal kick, this time aimed at Abbey, but it's won by Bordeaux. Jatta jumping early to try and beat Hunt, but he's unluckily not going to get there. As Dwayne Wiley thought about playing that one to Willis. Looked like he might take just about too long. I don't know if it looked like that to you, but it was almost as if Jatta was just going to pinch that one. But
I was never too worried.
Thankfully, Willis gets it clear. Bass with a little switch over to Bordeaux, who will drive forward and now entering the Alfreton half. Pressured by Cantrell, but he'll happily go back to the feet of Hinchy. Tries to find the overlapping Ness, and Nathan Newell will maraud into that space. Vacated by the centre-back. Goes outside towards Whitehouse, who does get there. One-on-one with Palmer. Few step-overs once again, cross on the right foot. Aimed towards Jake Day, but Alex Bass comes off of his line to claim that one. And he gets play restarted swiftly. Palmer with the ball at his feet. He's got Bordeaux on the left-hand side.
Yeah, Bass will be very, very relieved when he's seen that ball leave Whitehouse's foot, because it was just destined to end up in his hands. Never too much danger. It was good work from Whitehouse initially to make himself the couple of yards to deliver a ball, but it needed more quality.
Matty Palmer inside the Alfreton half, carrying the ball forward, goes to his centre midfield partner Hinchy. Checks back to Lucas Ness. Left-footed pass out to Bordeaux, sort of along the halfway line. Giovanni Brown dropping in to make himself an option. Josh Martin. Brown left that. That didn't look quite choreographed, but Notts County keep the ball. And shift play over to the right-hand side. Kellen Gordon thought about making the overlapping run, and he now has the ball at his feet. Nathan Newell trying not to give him the yard. He's helped out by Billy Whitehouse as they organise the marking. Newell passes him on. Goes back to Hinchy. Gordon with it again though. His cross. Nothing too much for Dwayne Wiley to deal with as he heads it clear. Palmer keeps possession for the hosts though. Josh Martin now on the left-hand side. Notts County shifting it from either end. Bordeaux keeps the ball. Matty Palmer thinks about the shot. Goes back to Giovanni Brown up against Liam Waldock inside the area. Back to Josh Martin, who's shot on his right foot. Is blocked and out for a Notts County corner. Good shape though from Alfreton to sort of not let that final pass be too easy. And even when you thought Matty Palmer might have found it, it was forced back to Josh Martin, who's had a few efforts now on that favoured right foot of his. And that one closed down by George Cantrell and out for a Notts County corner.
Jonathan's asking if he should bet on Alfreton to win. By no means are we financial advisors. We do not suggest that you take our opinion seriously, but yes, do it.
Matty Palmer lines up the corner. It's going to be an outswing up from the right-hand side. Right footed delivery towards the back post, looking for Platt, but it goes over the heads of all of the black shirts in there. Kept in play by Martin on the far side, though. Nathan Newell. Cross comes in from Josh Martin, flicked on, and it bobbled around in the box. The ball kind of dropped towards Jatta, and his header down into the ground must have had a block on it from Dwayne Wiley, because it didn't really run through to any Notts player, and George Willis gets down to claim that one.
Yeah, and
give his side a breather.
If you're just joining us, 40 minutes in, 1-1, Alfreton took the lead through Liam Waldock. Miss-hit Jake Day shot or unbelievable pass, we don't know yet. We're not 100% sure.
We'll let him decide.
Led to Waldock finding the back of the net, and almost immediately Matty Platt replied from distance for the hosts.
Jatta looking to get the ball down on the ground. Eventually the hosts manage it. Ball now with Ness. Goes back to Bass. Quickly finding Bordeaux. Jake Day moving over to keep the press on. Jed Abbey helping him out. Palmer now. His pass blocked by Waldock, but the Magpies keep the ball. Sort of a common theme, even when Alfreton do get that foot in, get the interception completed, the ball is just sort of dropping back to those Notts County players. The daisy cutter pass from Alex Bass into the feet of Jatta. Dropping in, lays it off to Palmer, just to get his side slightly further up the pitch. Giovanni Brown as well, providing an option for himself. Palmer looking to clip the ball over the top towards Kellen Gordon. Nathan Newell not able to get ahead of him, and Gordon goes down pretty swiftly under that challenge. And
tried his best to buy the free kick.
I was going to say, he's done that thing that footballers do where he grabs the ball as he goes down to try and make the referee give the free kick. And in doing so, gets himself a booking for deliberate handball and simulation, maybe a combination of the two.
And basically throwing the ball away when he didn't get it. Toys out the pram.
Scott Simpson dishing out his second yellow card of the night.
Abby says in the chat, 2-1 Alfreton, come on. I like how you're thinking.
I like the optimism.
I wouldn't mind that. I'd be impartial to that happening.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, we would not mind that happening. George Willis will take this deep free kick just outside on the left-hand side of his own box. 3 minutes to go of the first half before added time, obviously. We will bring you the news of that when the board is raised. We're getting some lighting come back on in the press area. Willis's free kick sent long towards Abbey, who does win the initial header. Palmer, though, knocking it back for Bedeau. Jatta trying to get control of it. Max Hunt does just enough to let Adam Lund get the clearance in. Bobbling around at the back, Matty Palmer with the ball at his feet. Nice pass to beat the press into Josh Martin. He tries to find Jatta, but the offside flag is raised. Going to say it looked offside initially, and I think the Alfreton back line knew straight away. First thing they did was look at the linesman, and the first thing he did was raise his flag.
Yeah, all day you could see when the ball left the foot and went through to Jatta, he was maybe 3 or 4 yards offside, so never any danger there. You can kind of see Hunt and Wiley stops. They knew it was offside. The flag went up pretty quickly as well, so no danger there. And now Willis will have a chance to put this ball right on top of the Notts County back line.
Going to say he's gone for an unconventional one down the right-hand side towards Abbey, who brings it into the box. Oh, flashes it across the face of goal, but nobody there to benefit. I think that's all you've got to do, really, in that position. The free kick you would have expected to come diagonally towards the head of Jake Day, and maybe he flicks it on, but Jed Abbey peeling off of the full-back, or the wing-back, sorry, tonight, really. Josh Martin, George Willis found him. He took the ball into the box, kept his head down, and you think maybe if he got his head up, maybe the cross wouldn't have come in, but then again, it's just the sort of thing you want to do. Put the ball into the mixer and make the back line worry.
Yeah, he didn't look across goal, did he, Jed Abbey? But it's a really good ball, and if someone's there, we'd be applauding him right now.
Great touch from Jake Day to keep the Reds in possession. Newell firing it into Whitehouse on this left-hand side, just in front of us. Goes back to Wiley, though. He's going to go back to George Willis. No, he's not. He's gone forward into the feet of Abbott, who dispossesses him, and Jatta can now break, but the flag is raised by the linesman very late. Notts County fans not happy with that one. It did look initially offside, but you thought because the flag didn't go up straight away that it wasn't.
I think it was more, you're unsure if they're going to play it off. Well, did it come off Wiley last? But yeah. I think the challenge has gone in while Jatta is in an offside position, and as the ball falls to him, it's inevitably the flag should go up.
Yeah,
and it does.
You see the hesitation is probably the thing that's angered the Notts fans more so than the decision itself, but that is the call from the linesman. One that makes sense, but one that the hosts understandably won't be best pleased with. And George Willis will have the chance to take this goal kick. There we are.
2 minutes added on. Joker says Liam Waldock will score, bringing the FA Cup back to the Impact. That's very ambitious. I don't think we'll win it.
Well, you never know. George Willis's free kick sent long. Max Hunt getting the flick on. Jed Abbey is offside.
Yeah.
I think Waldock wanted to go for that one, but Jed Abbey was nearer to the ball, and he knows he was offside. He could get himself... No, I thought he might get himself a booking there because he's kind of dribbled the ball to the linesman whilst he's gone over to have a conversation with him, but no booking from the referee. Notts County with a free kick just inside their own box at the corner. Taken short to Hinchy. Platt goes out wide to Bedeau. Another little triangle as Notts County look to patiently beat the press.
Yeah, well, they can't be too patient. They've only got a minute left.
Playing for that last attack. Matty Palmer forced back to his centre half. Hinchy now in possession. He'll drive forward. Looks to carry it over to the right-hand side now. Gordon stops his run to provide an option. Ness making the overlapping run from centre-back. Gets inside of Whitehouse. Tries to play it around the corner for Abbott. But Adam Lund does enough to clear that one. It's back with the feet of Hinchy, though. 30 seconds left of the half. Palmer leaves that one for Bedot, just beyond the centre circle. Notts bringing it forward. In the closing stages of this first half, here's Josh Martin. Palmer once again. Bedot up against Abbey. George Abbott now in possession for Notts County, forced back to the centre-back, Matty Platt. Tries to shoot after his goal earlier on in this first half. Dwayne Wiley eventually stepping up to make the interception. Will they have the chance to drive forward here? George Abbott makes the block on this through ball that looked like it was on its way to Jake Day, and there is the half-time whistle. 45 minutes in, the scores are level. Alfreton Town taking the lead in the early stages, but it was quickly levelled up by Matty Platt. 1-1 at the break.
Anything can happen, and that is the beauty of football. A great quote from a great man, Billy Heath. Anything can happen in football, but we go in level at the break. We're going to take our break at the break. Nice. 15 minutes, the camera will go off, there'll be no audio, but we'll be back at about 9:15 to bring you all of the second half action. And if there is extra time and penalties, don't worry, we will bring you that too, because there is obviously no more replays. So we will be bringing you all the action for the second half and possibly beyond after the 15-minute break. Thank you everyone for tuning in. 870 unique viewers in the first half alone. Brilliant. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you after the half-time break. Take us away.
There we go, we are back and ready for this second half here at Meadow Lane in the Emirates FA Cup first round. If you are...
Oh, the data's...
Come on, bring the picture back, please, internet. Oh no, there's a yellow warning. Well, we have some kind of life, so I'll just continue as if we were all good and keep my fingers crossed. We are back for the second half, back underway. If you are just joining us, Alfreton Town did take the lead here against Notts County, but the scores are now level. Liam Waldock with the go-ahead goal for the Reds. Matty Platt was quick to equalise for the hosts. And Alfreton Town still very much in this game. Doesn't look to have been any half-time changes, I don't think. But we have seen Josh Martin and Kellen Gordon swap sides. And Alfreton Town win themselves an early set piece. Jed Abbey taken down by Kellen Gordon, who's now on the left of their defence, as opposed to the right, the role that he assumed in the first half. An early chance for Alfreton to get a ball into the box. What's going on? Do we know if we're actually live?
Yeah, it's doing something, but it's struggling a bit. Bear with us. If you can make out anything we're saying, we are doing our best.
We'd be grateful if Waldock delivery into the hands of Bass.
Here we go. It should reconnect at any moment.
Come on, YouTube.
Excellent connection. OBS reconnected. Excellent connection.
There we go. We should be back.
I have turned it off and back on again.
Oh.
Starts with me.
Yeah.
Running, buffering. Yeah.
Thank you, Tina.
We are. I think we're back. I think.
Yeah, we should now, fingers crossed, be back. We apologise for that little technical blip. Missed the first 2.5 minutes of this second half, but we should be back live. Things still level here. 1-0 Alfreton Town had a set piece just inside the Notts County half, which was dealt with. Matty Platt sliding it through to Giovanni Brown on into his left foot. He goes across the face of goal, and Alassane Jatta is there to poach. Notts County take the lead early on in this second half. The Reds go behind. It's the Gambian who was there inside the 6-yard box. It was a nice through ball from Matty Platt to find Giovanni Brown, who broke through the Alfreton back line and slid it across the face of goal. Jatta there, he's never going to miss, and the hosts have the lead.
Yeah, an absolute nightmare start, really.
It couldn't have gone worse for us here. But as long as us being back live, if that's any consolation to the viewers, but Notts County take the lead 48 minutes in, 3 minutes into the second half. Jatta, who didn't really have much of a sniff in the first stage, has come out from the break and immediately put his side in front. And Alfreton Town now with a mountain to climb.
Yeah, the worst of worst possible starts to a second half here. Not what we wanted to see at all, but it's what's happened, and we're going to have to respond now. We're going to have to come to life and start to ask some more questions of the hosts.
Kellen Gordon's left-footed delivery cleared away initially by Dwayne Wiley. Jed Abbey now with the job to keep that one in play, but Kellen Gordon goes down under the challenge of Jed Abbey, who pleads his innocence. The referee not interested. Yeah, I think we only not seen any substitutions at half-time, but we have seen the wide wing-backs from Notts County swap side. So Gordon now on the left-hand side of their back line. Josh Martin on the right. Free kick, taken quickly. Matt Palmer with the ball at his feet. Now Brown, man who's just assisted the goal to make it 2-1. Tries an outside the boot pass into the box for Hinchy, who does well to beat the press. Goes back to Brown eventually, though. Palmer now. He's got Nathan Newell and George Cantrell to deal with. Goes back to Gordon. Got time to set up across on his right foot, blocked by Abbey, and will run through out for a corner. George Willis thought about coming to claim that one, but eventually elected against it.
Yeah, there was a Notts County man lingering, and if he comes, they get the flick on into the area. There's no one protecting the goal.
Exactly. Well, that corner is taken short to Josh Martin. Hinchy with his shot from outside the box. Jake Day with a headed clearance. May release Whitehouse on the left-hand side. He's got Waldock bombing through the middle. He's already got on himself on the score sheet tonight. Billy Whitehouse eventually dispossessed by George Abbott to end that counter charge for the Reds. And Notts County come back forward themselves. Ball now with Palmer into Brown. Tries to poke it back to George Abbott, the Tottenham Hotspur loanee. His pass picked up by Newell. Whitehouse now driving inside, looking to hook it round to Jake Day, who wasn't quite on the same wavelength as the winger. And Josh Martin happy to play that one back to Ness.
Yeah, conceding so early into the second half, it just feels a bit flat in the ground now, especially, you know, when you go ahead and now the turnaround's complete for the horse, and all of a sudden there's a mountain to climb when realistically before anything could happen.
Kellen Gordon with a smart little back heel flick towards Bedeau, who makes the overlapping run. His left-footed cross towards Jatter's a good one, and he gets there first. George Willis with a fantastic save. Eventually, flag is raised from the linesman, but Bedeau doing really well to pick out Jatter inside the box. Turns out he had just about made his run too early. He beat Dwayne Wiley to the ball, and it looked as if his touch was going to take it around George Willis. But the goalkeeper did well to block the shot, even if the flag was raised. And he will have a free kick to take just outside the 6-yard box.
Yeah, and it's just getting a little bit too easy for the Pies. I mean, it's getting relentless. It's getting, I mean, that back heel to get around the outside is just far, far too easy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a smart kind of flick, but as you say, Bedeau just overlapped there pretty freely and had time to kind of stride towards the corner of the box and get a cross in. Thankfully, though, the flag raised. Alfreton Town look to come forward themselves now on the left-hand side. Billy Whitehouse tries to play it to Nathan Newell on the overlap, but his pass too heavy for the fullback to get onto. Runs out for a goal kick for Notts County. Frustrating. I was going to say, because Billy Whitehouse kind of did the right thing where he's checked back onto his right foot to create that space for Newell to make the overlap, but then the return pass too heavy. This goal kick knocked back by Bedeau to Matty Platt, and eventually the Pies break through the press once again, as we've seen them do so many times. Palmer continues on, slides it through to Jatter. Willis thought about coming for it. Wiley tries to get a challenge in. Willis eventually making the save, and it's rebounded off Jatter for a goal kick. Willis making himself big, coming off of his line. I thought there was an ounce of hesitation there as he thought about coming out to greet Jatter as he broke into the box initially. He retreated, but then came back at the front man to block the shot.
Notts County getting too much joy with those inverted kind of diagonal runs from their attackers, coming in kind of round the back, and the ball comes early. They can almost drift into an offside position after the ball's been played.
Well, we're seeing some confusion here as George Willis, the ball went out for a goal kick, but he thought that the linesman had was indicating for a free kick rather than a goal kick, so he's kind of carried the ball to the edge of his box, and the referee's basically blown his whistle and kind of gone, "What you doing, mate? It's a goal kick."
Yeah.
And he's took it back to the 6-yard box, and now it does eventually send the ball long up towards Jake Day. His flick on might drop from Whitehouse, but Platt gets there first. Abbott into Martin. Liam Waldock making the interception, but Notts County keep the ball at the back. Bedeau happy to play under pressure. Hinchy dropping into that sort of hole in the midfield. Ball now with Bass. Palmer finds Bedeau on this left-hand side, who's got a lot of space to stride forward into once again. He's got Gordon to his left, who he utilises. Two number twos up against each other. Josh Claxton trying to keep Gordon at bay. He eventually rolls it back to Palmer. Gordon gets it back though. Into Brown. Gordon again, now Hinchy. Hinchy gets it back from Ness inside the centre circle. Palmer, confident in possession. Eventually heads back to Hinchy, finds Bedeau. Gordon now on the left-hand side up against Claxton once more. Adam Lund coming in to help out when eventually makes the tackle. He's tried to play it in today. Goes down under the challenge from Gordon, but doesn't get the free kick that he wished for. Matty Platt slips on the ball, but Abbott picks up the pieces and continues on. Jed Abbey sticks a foot in. Great turn from George Abbott. His shot blocked by the body of Max Hunt. Giovanni Brown keeps this one alive, though, for the Pies. Across the face of goal, cleared away initially. Matty Platt with the ball on the edge of the box. Didn't want to shoot on his left foot. Palmer forced back to Hinchy, and Alfreton can breathe a sigh of relief for a moment. Bedeau out wide to Gordon once again. This time it's Abbey he has to beat. Left-footed cross in towards Jatta, but away by Wiley. Cantrell pokes it slightly further away. Palmer on the left-hand side of the box goes into Brown. Gets it back. Gordon again near the touchline. Gets the cross in his left foot. Jed Abbey makes the initial block out for a Notts County throw near the corner flag, just in front of the cop.
It's getting really, really relentless now. The home side piling on pressure upon pressure with the lead in their hands already.
And their little throw-in routine there. Gordon to Bedeau. The 1-2 offside. Linesman's flag is raised. Alfreton have a free kick right in the corner.
It's just, I'm going to say it again, it's just feeling flat now. It's just feeling, I mean, there's 1,362 Alfreton fans in that stand, in the Jimmy Cyril stand on the far side from us, and they need to get behind the boys now. They need to give them something to play for.
George Willis takes this deep free kick up towards Day, and eventually a free kick awarded to Alfreton. Lucas Ness with a little too much pulling on Jake Day there for the referee's liking. Billy Whitehouse prepares to take this free kick about 40 yards from goal on the right-hand side. One that you'd imagine would be kind of teed up to the back post to one of Max Hunt or Dwayne Wiley. Jake Day's in there as well. Adam Lund adopting the offside role for any second balls, any knockdowns. Whitehouse does take, and it's teasing towards the sort of back post area, but eventually all the way out for a goal kick.
Yeah, no runners looping around the back, and just means all of the Notts County players can watch it go straight through. Never really causes an issue for them.
Bass with the ball back at his feet from that goal kick. He switches it over to the left for Bedeau, nearing the Alfreton half. Now entering through Gordon. Palmer now into Hinchy. George Abbott finding Bedeau, thinks about the pass through to Brown, doesn't give it. Gordon inside to Palmer. Abbott demanding the ball. Makes the run on from Bedeau and he gets it back. George Abbott making the run into the box. Max Hunt makes the block, clears away on his right foot pretty routinely. Billy Whitehouse putting the pressure on Lucas Ness, but not too much for the centre-back to deal with as he lays it off to his partner Bedeau. Abbott gives this one back to Gordon. Down the left-hand side, making the run into the box, past Claxton. Hunt getting the block in again. Nathan Newell can't sort his feet out. Abbott tries to tee it up towards Jatta at the back post. Hunt clears with his head.
I think Willis wanted to come and collect that.
Yeah, it looked that way. Josh Martin still keeps possession for Notts. Gordon, right-footed cross on the left-hand side towards Jatta, and it will run all the way through for a goal kick. Another chance for Alfreton to breathe, and I think you really need to get that kind of momentum breakage back that we saw in the first half, and I know that's not an easy task, and there's only so much George Willis can do with kind of taking his time over the goal kicks, letting the team reset, take their shape.
Yeah, I think the, like I say, that the lads on the pitch and the boys in the stands cheering on the players, they need to realise that this isn't over. One goal, we could go to an extra time, we could, you know, it really, really levels it out. It just feels like there's a sense of belief that's left, and Really, really need to get that back if Alfreton are going to be within a chance.
George Willis's goal kick has found Billy Whitehouse on the left-hand side. His left-footed cross aimed at Cantrell, cleared away by Knotts. And eventually, Dwayne Wiley looking to keep it alive. Jake Day taking it down on his thigh. Goes back to Claxton, who takes the safe route back to his goalkeeper. Launched back forwards. Away by Ness. Nathan Newell trying to head that one for Billy Whitehouse. Just about keeps it in play. Referee waves play on. The Notts County players thought that had gone out, but Billy Whitehouse tries to slide it through for Liam Waldock, but Jack Hinchy makes the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, they were rightly kind of stopped playing two of the Notts County players there. I could see from here it was out. I don't know how the linesman's missed it on that. Jimmy Sorrell stand on the far side. I don't know how he's not spotted that, but County come forward now.
Brown through to Jatta. George Willis now comes off his line. Jatta shoots and he scores. Notts County make it 3. It's 2 for the Gambian. 3-1 to the Magpies. It's been a much better start to the second half for the hosts. George Willis thought about coming off his line and eventually did. Tried to close down the angle, but Jatta makes no mistake. Gets a brace for himself. If Alfreton didn't have a mountain to climb already, now they really do.
The referee goes back and books Adam Lund as well for the advantage played for Notts County. For me, I think Willis has to come. I think he has to come and try to get that ball before Yatta can get onto it. He's clearly in behind. The defence have kind of lost it, and he's in and away. And if he's on the edge of his box already when the ball gets played through, and if he comes, he has a chance to intercept that and just sweep up the danger. Instead, he goes back to his goal and just gives Yatta a complete free run at him one-on-one. And for me, I think he has to come and deal with that.
Well, there we go. Play back underway. Alfreton now with it all to do. 2 goals down from 1 up. I think we're seeing the pressure tell of a full-time Football League side that are flying high in League 2 this season in the automatic promotion picture. Gordon coming forward again for the hosts. His right-footed shot is speculative and very, very, very high.
Like one of mine.
Straight out for a goal kick.
I mean, what are we doing here? We're 3-1 down, and there's no sense of urgency to get the ball back into play. It's like we're drained of belief, drained of passion. It started so well. We took the lead, and since that second goal has gone in, it just feels flat.
There we go. George Willis' goal kick eventually does go long towards Abbey. Gordon gets there first though. Brown trying to knock it through the legs of Claxton, but his tackle eventually finds the feet of Badeau at the back. Waldock stepping up. Notts County winning a throw inside their own half.
We need a big challenge, you know what I mean?
Someone to get the crowd back up. And the players as well.
Yeah. Get us back up. Sorry, but if you're going to come and beat a Football League side when you've never done it before as a football club in your history, you can't come this flat. We've taken the lead, but there's been no sense of that extra bit of motivation flying into challenges, and you need that edge, and it just and you can't make mistakes as well. You can't make silly mistakes, and I think we've made 1 or 2 too many of them today.
Well, Notts County, as we've seen so far today, happy to keep possession and wait for the opportunities to present themselves. As here is Brown looking to slide through Jatta. He eventually goes out wide to Gordon.
I think we're just seeing a sense that these lads, they're literally prepared for this game for the whole week. Our lads haven't had the opportunity to do that. They've had 1 training session.
It's the harsh reality of football, unfortunately. Badeau finds Abbott into the box, looking to pull it back for Hinchy, but challenge comes in from Abbey, out for a Notts County throw.
You can just see the edge a professional athlete has. They've come out in the second half and they've killed us off. And I don't want to be too critical of the boys because, yeah, the odds were massively stacked up against them, but some of the mistakes and I think just the flatness of it, the lack of, you should want to give everything. You should want to die in this shirt. How often are you going to get a play in an FA Cup first round?
Well, Giovanni Brown finding space inside the area, looking to set up Abbott for a shot. George Willis makes the save, down low to his right-hand side. And Max Hunt clears away any danger of a follow-up, but the Magpies keep possession. I think I've said that a fair few times tonight. Josh Martin now in a deeper area than we've seen him normally. Ness clipping over for Bedeau. Carrying it forward, poking it out to Gordon. Inside to Palmer, the captain. Carries it forward, tries to find Brown. Adam Lund steps up to make the challenge. Finds Jake Day. Looking to hold it up, but he's eventually dispossessed by Palmer. Bedeau looking to hook that one around the corner for Brown. It's a good touch from the forward. Slides it in for Gordon. Left-footed cross towards Jatta, trying to make it a hat-trick for himself with that one straight into George Willis's gloves. And he makes the save to keep the scores at 3-1.
Why aren't we getting the ball going again? How long is George Willis wanting to take?
And there we go. This time he's actually thrown it out rather than going long to Nathan Newell. He goes inside to Adam Lund. He's got Whitehouse on the left. Here is the winger. Goes back to Newell. Wins himself a throw off of George Abbott. And we will be seeing the first changes.
Yeah, we needed that.
2 for each side. For the Reds, it's to be Lewis Salmon and Harry Perrett introduced. And for the hosts, number 3, Rod McDonald, and number 44, Madhu Cisse, the youngster. We're seeing goal scorer Matty Platt withdrawn.
I think Josh Martin as well will be making way.
So there's the 2 changes for the hosts. Platt off for McDonald and Josh Martin off for the young lad Madhu Cisse, who's had a fair few appearances in the first team for Notts County. The number 44 midfielder. When he comes in place of Josh Martin.
Pez coming on for Adam Lund, which I'm not sure I totally agree with. I don't really want to be too critical of the lads because they're all good lads and they've been fantastic in the league this season. You can't fault them for that, but I feel like the only player since that second goal gone in who's shown a real extra edge of passion has been Adam Lund, and now he's off the pitch.
Well, there we go. Harry Perrett on in place of Adam Lund and Lewis Salmon on in place of Jed Abbey. As Alfreton Town look to roll the dice and get something back in this game. It's going to be a tough ask. As Billy Heath did say, anything can happen in football. As the old cliche says, we shall see. 21 minutes of normal time left to play.
Oh, he's offside, sorry. While he'd handballed that.
And an offside on Alassana Jatta. Willis will come forward to take this free kick just inside his own half. 60-odd yards from goal on the left-hand side, in front of the empty area in the Jimmy Cyril stand, the one not taken up by the Alfreton fans. He goes quickly, short to Billy Whitehouse on the left-hand side. Checks back to Nathan Newell. First time cross on his left foot. It's out for a goal kick. It's not what you want to be seeing. We've seen this season, Nathan Newell, he's got a wicked delivery at times on his left foot. I mean, we saw it for the go-ahead goal against Biggleswade.
Yeah.
Short throw into his feet, cross, finds Fuster at the back post. Wasn't to be there though. Notts County goes short from the goal kick. Here is the substitute McDonald with his first introduction to the game, finding the feet of Brown.
It's way too easy. Way too easy.
Goes out wide to Kellen Gordon. He's got Claxton to beat. Checks onto his right foot and shoots. That one sails wide as well. Out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just that one too, and away. So much space down this near side at the main stand for them to go cut inside as well. From Gordon, right-footed shot, looking to curl it into the far corner. It's just far too easy for him. Pop 1-2, he's away down the side. He ventures all the way into the box. He takes it onto his right foot, and he drags his shot just wide of the target at the far post, but it's far too easy and it's flat and it's just frustrating to watch at this point.
Now Willis's goal kick goes long towards Salmon, eventually falling to the feet of Claxton. Finds Waldock, the goal scorer for the Reds. Claxton forced backwards to Hunt. Will take it one step further to George Willis. Takes the touch to set himself before going down the line. Salmon trying to chest it down for Waldock.
Good effort from Cantrell, brilliant.
Dispossessed Palmer, tries to knock it around the corner for Salmon, but it was a big ask. Wins the header though, finds Jake Day, flicks it over for Liam Waldock, and he just about can't get there. It's good defending from Lucas Ness, who does concede the corner though. 20 minutes to go. Could this be a chance for Alfreton to get back in the game? Their first corner of the evening. It'll be Whitehouse to take.
Refreshing to see a little bit of imaginative play from Jake Day, just lifting the ball over the top for Waldock. Finally, we've seen some sort of creativity rather than just kind of mindlessly looping the ball up and giving it away again. This results in a corner.
There we go, Whitehouse, right-footed. On this right-hand side, it's drilled towards the back post. Liam Waldock can't quite get there. Abbott with the clearance. It's miscued, though, and it will be out for an Alfreton throw unless Waldock elects to keep it in. He doesn't, he lets it run.
Thing is, we've got no Adam Lund to take the long throw in here.
No, it looks like it's going to be Harry Perrett heading over to assume those duties. We're seeing only Claxton left back here, really, for Alfreton. Nathan Newell on the edge of the box, everybody else inside that 18-yard area. Perrett goes long towards Hunt, cleared away by the Pies. Josh Claxton waits for it to drop and knocks it back for Willis. Goes diagonally, looking for Day, but the wind's got underneath it. Headed away by McDonald. Gordon goes back to Bideau. It's a nice pass into the feet of Brown. Josh Claxton stepping up to make a tackle and wins himself a throw. The home fans disagree with that decision, but the referee's call. Claxton, you'd imagine, would send this one down the line towards Day, who's already taken up that position on the right flank. Brings it down himself. Tries to win the throw. Manages to keep it in, just about. Perrett's cross. Aimed at Salmon, who tries the acrobatics, and the referee
it's going to go a foul.
Penalises him for a high foot.
Well, the substitution seemed to have injected a little bit of life into the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I might be being a bit overly critical. I mean, this is a side who, you know, they're proper Football League side, and we don't come up against that. I mean, maybe it's been once a year for us too since we've, you know, started here, but it's not a common thing to happen at this level of football. You don't play these sides, you know, maybe every couple of years.
No, well, I think it's worth noting that, you know, this is usually a pre-season fixture. Obviously, tonight the stakes are much higher than that, but we saw in pre-season a 2-2 draw between Alfreton and Notts County, and yes, obviously that's pre-season, largely different sides, rotations on show, but I think there was a sense that, you know, even when you're coming up against a full-time side, the Reds can still compete.
Go on,
Harry
Jake.
Perrett makes the interception, is Jake Day brought down by Matty Palmer, who you think is going to earn himself a booking here, and he does, the Notts County captain, and we are seeing Billy Fuster ready to be introduced for the Reds, but that is much better.
Really
injecting a bit of energy into the game.
Strong challenge from Perrett. Jake down the breakaway.
Away initially, back in with set pieces in mind. If we can be winning those, and we might be dropping in and out of in mind. If we can be winning those, and we might be dropping in and out of connection here, unfortunately, on the press Wi-Fi.
It's just one of them things.
Should be back live now.
Pyro lads got kicked out. Oh dearie me.
Yeah, we're aware that we're still buffering occasionally. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it. We should be back live with you very shortly, which is a fat lot of good if they can't hear me say that. George Willis's free kick into the box, headed away by Ness, but it's going to drop to Salmon. Lays it back for Nathan Newell, left-footed cross, it's low. Away by Ness again. Claxton. Got Willis providing himself as the quarterback option. And forward it goes from Willis towards Day. Headed by Ness, who's thought about staying down but back to his feet. Here's Max Hunt. into Dwayne Wiley. Trying to keep possession, but Rod McDonald makes the challenge. Bedeau, thinking about going down the line, but good work from him and Palmer interchanging to maintain the ball and beat the press. Met with applause by the Notts County fans, but McDonald's switch of the play is wayward. Out for an Alfreton throw. I think it was looking for Cisse, who'd bombed on. It's going to be out for a throw that Nathan Newell is there to take, but I think he's going to wait for the option of Perrott. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, we're coming on 13 minutes left here, 3-1 to Notts County after Alfreton took the lead just 15 minutes in, and you just feel like the chance to make a historical night in Alfreton's history is slowly dwindled away.
Perrott's throw headed away at the front post by Jatta. Perrott trying to stay on it though. Ball now back with Newell. Goes back to Dwayne Wiley. He knows where George Willis will be. Crossfield pass up towards Max Hunt. Won by McDonald. Gordon slips though, allows Fuster to have his first touches of the evening. Fuster looking to beat Gordon, but he's got Claxton in support if he uses him. It's a low cross, cleared away. Will drop with Claxton though, he's got time to cross, which he does on his right foot towards Max Hunt with a header. Alex Bass dives and makes the save, keeps the ball within.
Frustrating. It's frustrating because if that goes in, 10 minutes left on the clock more or less, and you've got a chance to maybe take it over to extra time if you can nick something, and just not going to happen now. We had our chance, we had our time in front, and it's just maybe not to be now.
We'll be back.
I think so. Hang on, let me...
Annoying. I'm going to refresh. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, we're there, we're on.
There we go. Hopefully we are back. 11 minutes of normal time to go. If you are just joining us, the score remains Notts County 3, Alfreton Town 1. The Reds taking the lead in the early stages through Liam Waldock, but a swift response from the Magpies. Matty Platt scoring from range. And since then, Notts County's electric start to the second half has proved to be the difference. Jatta getting himself on the score sheet not once but twice. He's on a hat-trick.
Far too easy, just playing out. Got too much space, too many yards. I mean, men that should be being tracked have 2 or 3 yards of space when they're taking the first touch. We should be on them. We should be trying to do everything we can.
Giovanni Brown carries this ball infield, lays it off for Jatta, looking for his hat-trick. George Willis palms it away. Nathan Newell eventually impeded by Cisse and wins himself a free kick. Here we are, hopefully back. George Willis preventing the Gambian from taking home the match ball, for now at least. We are going to see another change for Notts County. The number 40, Riley Reynolds, and the number 24, Robbie Cundy, set to be introduced. Lucas Ness comes off for Cundy, and it's going to be Alassana Jatta on a hat-trick, taken off for the number 40, Riley Reynolds, with 10 minutes to go here. 4 changes made now for the hosts.
And replacing number 29, Alassana Jatta.
Jatta comes off to applause from the home fans, and understandably so. In the second half, he has been unplayable. Alfreton Town will respond with a change of their own, as Dwayne Wiley, the captain, will be coming off. Adam Anson taking his place for the last 10 minutes. I didn't quite catch who's taken the armband. It's George Cantrell.
Yeah.
He's assuming captaincy duties for the last 9 or 10 minutes of this one. Adam Anson, the centre-back, introduced.
Substitution for Alfreton Town, replacing number 8, George Cantrell. Number 5.
Yeah, I do feel bad for the centre-halves to a certain extent, because there's not really too much they can do. They can't step up into the midfield and put the challenges in themselves, and I think they've dealt with balls into the box really well, especially Max Hunt. Dwayne Wiley having a couple of chances to venture forward as well, but one of them where I think overall as a team, Alfreton haven't been good enough tonight.
Well, There's still time for things to be turned around. Josh Claxton lines up a throw in what would be Adam Lund territory. Goes long towards Cantrell, his header straight out for a goal kick. Notts County will be taking their time on this one. Yeah, I think that's worth mentioning. Attendance announced at 6,658 with 1,326 travelling Reds. Regardless of what the result may be, it's an absolutely brilliant turnout on a Friday night as well.
Yeah,
obviously,
brilliant.
the game having to be moved due to Nottingham Forest playing at home to West Ham in the Premier League on the Saturday. So there was a shifted over to the Friday night. Yeah, I think it's just worth a word. What a turnout from those Alfreton fans. Riley Reynolds carrying it forward, impeded by Cantrell, and it will be a free kick.
Yeah, it's just like a shoulder. Yeah, it's a booking. I think it's a harsh booking for Cantrell there. I mean, it's definitely a foul. I don't know how cynical it really is. But just while we've got a bit of time to fill, I want to address this lovely comment we've got.
I was waiting for
English guy in Mexico. Thank you very much. We really appreciate comments like that. Lets us know we're doing a good job and people enjoy what we're doing when we come away to these games and cover the games for Alfreton Town.
We do our best to be unbiased as well, and I'm glad that's been noticed. That we're not being completely harsh on the home side today, but the team that Alfreton are playing.
Yeah, I mean, we always want Alfreton to win. I mean, we work with their media team. We watch them week in, week out. You do grow an affiliation, especially.
Yeah.
I'd go as far as say I'm a big fan, but yeah, you've got to be fair to both sides of the coin.
There goes Notts County's free kick. Now with the
That's a
penalty.
penalty all day long.
Riley Reynolds with a good touch in field, taking it into the box. Harry Perrett dives in. And I mean, we said that he wouldn't shirk a challenge, but maybe that's the downside of it. He's given away a penalty.
I think that's the level.
It's a penalty all day long.
It's the level of a professional athlete. They've come work at this intensity. We're 85 minutes into the game now, and Perrett feels like he can nick that ball. And you've got County players who are moving it. You know, they're not deterred at all. They've controlled this game. They've controlled the ball, and they're still pretty fit and sharp.
Well, it's going to be
touches the ball, wiped out by Perrett, and
penalty all day long. It's going to be Giovanni Brown to take to get a first Notts County goal. Left-footed, starts the run-up, and it's in. And that is probably game over. Notts County 4, Alfreton Town 1. Giovanni Brown. Yeah. Well, it says we've reconnected. We can't quite see it, but we're going to go off the basis that we are back live.
Yeah.
There we go. Hopefully back live. If you are just joining us, Notts County lead Alfreton Town 4-1. Liam Waldock did score the goal, taking the ball in his stride, getting an unlikely lead for the Reds. Even if it wasn't meant to be in terms of the result, that moment is something that's going to live long in the memory of Liam Waldock especially, but the rest of the players, the supporters that have come here tonight, the staff involved, everybody at the football club. And I mean, even at half-time, going in at 1-1, you still thought maybe something could happen. But I think the second half, from a Notts County perspective, has been relatively routine for the side. Third place in League Two, you know, more than 50 positions separating the two clubs here on the pitch in terms of the leagues that they play in respectively. And I think that's told in the second half. Notts County have run away with it. 4-1 now. 1 minute of normal time left to play. We'll be seeing the board go up any minute. Riley Reynolds carrying the ball forward for Notts County, the number 40, looking to play it into Gordon. He doesn't. He gets his shot away on his right foot, palmed away by Willis, and the follow-up in from Giovanni Brown to make it 5. It's 2 for Giovanni Brown, 5 for Notts County, and that's the icing on the cake for the hosts. 2 for Brown, 2 for Jatta, and 1 from Platt. In reverse order, Liam Waldock's goal now seems a lot more further away. There we go.
Scored by number 14, Giovanni Brown.
There we go.
Yeah, it's one of them. You get. Sorry. Yeah, the second goal goes in and we were flat, and we looked like we were there for the taking, and that's what's happened. You cannot come out in a second half 1-1, you've taken the lead. There's a high to ride there, and we've conceded early on, and ever since we've just looked like there's been a lack of belief, you know, a mountain to climb, and there's not one player who's really been there to climb it. I think Perrett's come on and done well despite giving away the penalty. He showed some sort of desire, and I respect that in a sense. I think Jake Day's done well in his challenges in the air. I don't think there's too much. To be fair, there's no individual player to dig out. I think as a team there just needed to be more energy. There's no kind of individuals who have definitely, you know, looked like they didn't want to play. There's just been a sense of like a blunt edge.
There we go. Billy Fewster taking the ball down the right-hand side, looking to find a consolation goal for the Reds. And his cross will find Lewis Salmon at the back post. That could have been a second for Alfreton, but Lewis Salmon doing everything he can to throw himself at it. Skewed wide. And just after the fifth goal,
everything could go to life, but
I think fittingly the stream is slipping away from us, much like the game has from the Reds this evening. Pretty much since they came out from the break, the second half has been all Notts County.
Yeah,
there we go.
I think the boys can take some consolation that for, you know, 50 minutes or so they did make it hard.
Absolutely.
They did not. We were not easily overcome in that first half, and we came to play. But I think a mixture of these boys being a football league team, you know, they get good attendances. They're flying high in their league as well. They're a team riding high on confidence, playing really, really well. And this was what I was expected. This is what was routine. But we know what these boys can do. I've seen us play better than this in the league. Yeah. And I understand that's, you know, you can't come out and you're not going to play a team that's much higher up in the pyramid than you off the park. But it's just been one of them where I always felt a bit of optimism that we could go and win this game, and that was reinforced by the 1-0 lead. And then it's just been a bit of a reality check ever since that point. And I didn't want the reality check, you know what I mean? We've been undefeated since the first game of the season until that Spennymoor game. We were undefeated at home for nearly a year. And now this just seems like this could really, really throw off our season.
Well, there you have it. A minute left to play now in added time. Notts County looking to go down the line and maybe add a sixth, but Max Hunt stepping in to intercept. Looking to find Jake Day. Gordon fouled by Fewster.
Definitely feel
there's the frustration.
Yeah, I think that there's frustration up here from mainly from me, but I do think I've been a bit harsh on the lads because there is a huge gap in the pyramid too between the two sides. I don't know how many places. I mean, at least
I think it's 56.
56 places like separate us. Yeah, I mean, maybe I am being a bit harsh. That's over half of 100 places.
League and a half.
Yep. But at the same time, I mean, it's nearly 2 leagues if they're at the top. And
yeah, true.
But yeah, it's really it's just the belief I have in this side, and that's it. That's full time.
There we go. Notts County 5, Alfreton Town 1. The home side pretty much ran away with it in the second half. And I think the moment that we can take away, the positive that we can take away, those first 15 minutes, Liam Waldock getting on the score sheet.
Scoring the first goal with the new ball in this FA Cup.
Scoring the first goal in the FA Cup proper this season. What a fantastic moment for him, everybody involved. And even then, after the equaliser, we stayed in the game, defended well, kept the shape, went in level at half-time, which is an achievement in itself. But then I think the pressure told. Notts County, you can see why they're top in the top half, third place in League 2. Very, very routine. It seemed routine for them in the second half.
Massive, massive credit as well to the travelling Alfreton fans. 1,362, and many of them staying right till the end. Became a bit of a demolition job later on as we got to that last 25 minutes, and that's okay. I think I have been a bit harsh, but I just wanted to see that level of intensity, the will. You want the lads wearing your shirt out on the pitch in a massive game like this, a massive night for the football club. You want to see them go out and be willing to, really get stuck in and give absolutely everything, work socks off. And as that second and third went, I think mainly after the third went in, you saw that edge just kind of leave the lads on the pitch, and it is what it is. But hopefully we can reassume some form in the league when we get back to normality. The high's over, the night's over, and it's Notts County who have come out strutting their stuff, utter swagger, to finish the game, and their fans will enjoy that, seeing 5 goals despite the great start from Alfreton. But that's it. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. 1,436 unique viewers. It'll be up there with one of our best streams ever. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the comments.
Yeah, we apologise for the kind of dropping in and out of connection in the second half. There's not really much we could do about it, but I think it was akin to the game. It just sort of slipped away from us as much as the stream became difficult to keep hold of. Notts County ran away with the match, and the Alfreton players with a prolonged applause in front of the travelling fans, which is lovely to see. And as you say, it's back to reality now, back to the league, back to the rest of the season. The night's over, the run's over, but the campaign absolutely is not. There's still promotion to be played for, and that's what the attention's got to be turned to now.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to come in here and try and beat a Football League side. It has to be close to perfection in terms of no daft errors, and I think there were one too many. But these things happen. I mean, it's passion. You want your football team to win, and I think you're allowed to feel how you feel. But it was definitely not a total lack of effort. It just seemed that the willingness kind of left, and that's what can happen in a football game. You're massively up against it, and what was expected is happening. You're not defying the odds.
We hope to see some of you back for that. The Alfreton fans now applauded off the pitch by the Notts County supporters here at Meadow Lane. Brings a close to the Emirates FA Cup first round tie. Yeah, I think Andrea's slightly harsh there. Well, there we go. We'll see you all again for the next watch along back in the National League North. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We really appreciate it. Especially as well, a shout out to all the fans who came tonight, the travelling media staff as well. Obviously the ones who aren't on camera, they do a fantastic job as well. Credit to the lads to getting to this point, taking the lead as well, giving all those travelling fans something massive to cheer about. I've thoroughly looked forward to this, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it despite the result tonight. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you back in league action at Peterborough Sports on Tuesday evening.
Lovely stuff.
Right, thank you for joining, and we will see you then. Ciao for now. Andrea's fuming.
No, they should have just played better.
Yeah, whatever.